A lot of guys will be too lazy to follow my action steps I will give you in this video. What is the difference between my physique and most physiques? Outside of the fact that at 17 years old, in less than 2 years of training, I had gotten huge. A difference is I have a big neck and trap area. Most guys skip this part of their body, either because they don't know how to train it or they are too lazy to train it. Today, I will destroy both of those beliefs. But before we begin, I have an entire course about all the little specific details of muscle growth. Check out the link below if you are interested in powerlifting, in bodybuilding, in Olympic weightlifting, in cutting down, in bulking up 20 kg in 2 years like me without getting fat. Am I fat? I am not fat at all. If you want those things or the specific nutrition that I use to get so big, why I think that recovery is a bit overrated and go so on, check the link below and I'll see you in there. But back to the neck and traps. There are relatively small muscle groups that are often neglected because usually there really aren't neck or trap machines. So the first thing is already destroyed right now. Right now you know that you need to train your neck and your traps because I just told you. When you wear a shirt, it will make the shirt, you will look big in clothes. Look, because we can have kind of a big chest, kind of a big biceps, a big triceps. But if you have a regular shirt, it is going to make you look small. Because most shirts, which are not like from Gymshark or from Young LA, they're not supposed to make you look big. They're just supposed to make you warm. If you have big traps and even especially a big neck, it doesn't matter what you wear because it will always make the shirt look more fit. It will make you look more masculine when you wear the shirt. So how? Because it is so easy to train this actually. Let's begin with traps. For traps, there's only one exercise that you need to do to isolate your traps, and it is shrugs. Shrugs is kind of when you are saying, I don't know, but now you're using weights. So the most easy way to do it is to just grab 2 dumbbells, start kind of light, and you can build it up all the way to 50 kg on both hands, and just do like, I don't know. I really focus on the squeezing part. And then one thing that you should remember is to not go vertically up, but kind of horizontally. So don't have your arms like straight to your body and then do it like this, because your fibers of your trap muscles, you can see it, right? They are kind of horizontally. So you can push them like this with the dumbbells in your hands. Another variation that I really like that you can load even more is doing it on a Smith machine. You can also do it on a regular barbell. But the Smith machine is just really stable, so you cannot really fall over. Because here I can do like 150 kg in total. And I use straps. So you can also use straps on dumbbells, and I would recommend it on both exercises because yeah, your forearms are probably not that strong to grab 50 kg for 13 reps. But I use the barbell, but I use the Smith machine shrug as kind of a compound exercise. I more throw it up and then control it the way down with a heavier weight. And then the dumbbells I use with a bit lighter weights relatively. And I can really focus on my form and isolating and burning the muscle out. Those are the only 2 exercises you need, and actually you are good with just one. So pick either the dumbbell or the Smith machine shrug, and if you really like it, you can add in the second. For neck, there are 2 exercises. Neck curls and neck extensions. It is kind of like the biceps, triceps. It is the same with legs, right? You have the biceps, which is the hamstrings, the curling muscle, and you have the triceps, the quads, which are extending with a leg extension, that is your quads. And you should not train just the curling or the extending muscle in your neck, because what then happens is either you get a too strong part, lower part of your neck, you either get a too strong back part of your neck or a too strong front part of your neck. Let's say your front part is stronger than your back part. What then happens is you start slouching over because the muscles at the back of your neck are not strong enough to hold the extra weight, which is now hanging with gravity. So you're going to do 3 sets of both exercises. And you can do it just 1 time a week. What I would recommend is to start with either 2 to 3 times a week of training this. You have an intensive period where you focus on training your traps and your neck. And after a few months, when you've built up the foundation, then you can just maintain it. So right now, I kind of not even train my neck at all. Maybe I train it once every 2 weeks, just to maintain the muscle that I have. But I don't need to have all those workouts, those hard burns in my neck anymore. Why? Because I dedicated a few months to my neck and traps, and now I can just maintain them. If you kind of maintain them all the way through and you train them for like 1, 2 times a week and with a bit of a low intensity, then you need to have these uncomfortable sets for a long period of time without really getting the results. So what you should better do is for a short period of time, focus on it, dial it in, and then you can kind of let it loose and sometimes do a bit for fun. And your muscles are only getting bigger. Because look, with squats, let's say you're doing squats, you're still squeezing your back muscles. So you're still activating them. It's not like they're not working at all. And then traps, yeah, I would train them like once a week still, a bit more often than I train them a bit more often than my neck. With traps, you also train them with back exercises. You see what I do? When I train my back, my shoulder kind of goes up. Without wanting to, when doing a row, my shoulders get and abducted, which means that I will still get some trap activation. So now you know why to train your traps and neck, and you know how to train them. The last part, when should we train it? On which workouts should I put these exercises? Ideally, you should have an accessory day. I go in depth in my course, once again, link below, on how I use my accessory day to slingshot past all other bodybuilders. Because most people do the push-pull leg rest. I do push-pull legs accessories. So I do not train pull first and at the end of my pull workout do a few sets of abs, do a few sets of neck curls, a few sets of forearms, a few sets of shrugs. No, I train them on a separate day because I know and I understand so well that especially these small muscle groups, they need specific attention. You cannot just throw in a few sets at the end of your workout and they will grow. Expect it. No, you cannot expect that. You should focus, because it's a small muscle group, you should really focus on the squeeze. That is why ideally you are going to dedicate an entire day for this specific purpose. And if you really do not want to train every single day and you want to do it on either a push, a pull, or a leg workout, then I would say add in your neck exercise on a leg workout and your trap exercises on a push workout. And then depending on your splits, because we did not really cover abs right now, but I have good abs, right? I have good abs. So trust me, if you're not going to train them on an accessory day, train them on the day as far as possible from your leg day. On the leg day, we're doing leg extensions and we're training our hip flexors. With cable crunches or just regular crunches, we are not really training hip flexors, it's just abs. But when we're doing leg raises for the lower part of our abs, what happens is our hip flexors now fatigue first because we're still raising our legs up, and our hip flexors fatigue before our abs do. And this way we cannot get a sufficient muscle growth stimulus. So let's say you are doing a push-pull legs rest. You are going to train your abs on your push day because you're not training them on your leg day, but then on the pull or on the rest day, well, on the rest day you of course do not want to train. On the leg day we are not going to train abs because our hip flexors are extremely tired. On the rest day, you don't want to train. Otherwise, I would say train it on rest day. That will be your accessory day. You could even train just abs if that is all you care about. Then you have a pull and a push workouts. It was the other way around, push-pull. You're going to choose for the pull. You're going to choose for the push. Because the pull exercise is like one day away from your leg workout. So you will now fatigue your hip flexors, and one day afterwards your hip flexors are not really recovered yet, and now your leg workout is a bit more hard. It feels a bit less flexible, less bit fun. So train them on your push workout. So between leg exercises and leg raises, there's always one day in between. So you always have a bit of rest to recover your hip flexors. That was the last bit of advice for me. I'm going to the gym right now. Once again, click the link below to check out my course. I actually believe it is such a great deal because at age 17, like there's no one other guy like me who has results like me in such a short time period as a natural, who is now sharing the way how he got big with his followers. I actually urge you to join my guide because I know it will be so helpful for you. It is difficult with all the noise nowadays how to get a great workout program, the great nutrition, the great sleep, the great exercises. And I have all the answers for you. They're waiting inside the Gains Vault for you. The only thing you need to do is join. It is in pre-sale right now for just $19. So just remember this, for $19 a month, you never have to watch any other fitness content again because everything will be in here. The course is not completely done yet, so yes, that's why it's in pre-sale and it's a bit cheaper. You can lock in your price for life. $19 is nothing. It is such a great deal. It's a steal. So don't be stupid. If you want to get big, click the link below and I'll see you in there.